North Korea's leaders celebrating a test of what is state media calls super large multiple rocket launchers. Torodiro Kaosan has more details from Bangkok.
North Korea's state media reported Thursday's launch. It said leader Kim Jong-un expressed satisfaction with it and sent his congratulations to the scientists who helped develop the weapons. The North has carried out a flurry of tests in recent months, which typically make front-page news. But the latest one was relegated to the second page of the ruling party's newspaper, accompanied by just a single photo. Japan's government said they were short-range ballistic missiles which flew between 350 and 400 kilometers before falling outside of its exclusive economic zone. The launch was the first since last month's working-level denuclearization talks between the U.S. and North Korea failed to produce a deal. A senior U.S. State Department official has told NHK that North Korea's rocket launch was completely inappropriate.
It is not only a threat to our friends in Tokyo and our friends in Seoul, it's a threat to the Indo-Pacific region.
Cooper says that the launch will adversely affect the outcome of denuclearization talks. Referring to North Korea's demand for the lifting of sanctions, Cooper says they will remain in place as long as the North continues missile test launches.
Sanctions are currently a tool not only in Pyongyang but with other states that we're looking to bring to the table. So it should never be precluded.
As for intercontinental ballistic missiles, he strongly rejects North Korea's suggestion that it could restart test launches, saying pushing it even further would put it at a great risk and would require a significant response. Leaders from the 10-member Association of Southeast Asian Nations, together with regional and world powers, will soon be sitting down in Thailand for the bloc's year-end summit. They're expected to discuss regional security issues, including the denuclearization of North Korea. Pachaya Thanaudom has more from the conference venue near Bangkok.
The countries are hoping to use the event to urge the North to resume denuclearization talks with the U.S. A draft of the chairman's statement obtained by NHK calls on both sides to hold further negotiations. It also urges North Korea to fulfill a pledge to dismantle its nuclear program and refrain from conducting more nuclear and missile tests. But one subject that has been generating a lot of debate behind the scenes has been the absence of U.S. President Donald Trump from the summit. Washington is instead sending newly appointed National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien as the head of the U.S. delegation. In past ASEAN summits, the U.S. was represented by either the President, Vice President, or Secretary of State. No reason has been given for this year's downgrade, but questions are being asked about America's commitment to Asia.
Turning to China's growing influence in the region, how do you think the situation in the South China Sea will be dealt with this year?
The South China Sea will likely be another key topic of discussion. Tensions between China and other claimant states over resources in the disputed waters have been growing. In July and August, a Chinese survey vessel conducted unlawful activities in Vietnam's exclusive economic zone. It triggered a months-long standoff between two countries. So, compared to last year's chairman's statement, which only took note of some concerns, this year's adopts a more assertive tone, labeling it as serious concerns at the continued militarization in the area. But according to some experts I talked to, it remains doubtful whether the word choice will have any significance. Talks on maritime code of conduct with China are more crucial for ASEAN. Both parties have previously pushed for the early crafting of rules to reduce potential conflict in the South China Sea and are now aiming to conclude an agreement by 2021. Amid the uncertainty surrounding Trump's absence, Southeast Asia countries will face even more difficulties in dealing with Beijing's aggressive stance in the region. We'll continue to provide updates as the summit progresses.